It is nice because of the fact that then you can so clearly, like, break up each screen into its own kind of quadrant that you can use to, you know, mentally map your town.
Did I miss anything here? Have we been here before?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Hey, and you wanted a new shop, right? Speaking of shops, there's a famous shopkeeper there.
I want treasure first. We got really good tunes here, but I gotta switch to Isabelle. Now, I'm gonna try and show off as many characters as I can throughout the playthrough.
It's a good idea. You get them at a good enough pace that there's pretty much no time when you get like 2 right away.
Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Yeah, the winter outfit, as it is winter, currently.
Yes. How are you doing with that polar vortex, mate?
Well, we don't have the polar vortex here. That's further down in the States. It just happens to be minus 45 out.
Jesus Christ.
That's just how it is here. I love it. It's to a point where they recommend not leaving the house.
Well, duly noted. So, do you know the exact differences between Villager and Isabelle? Because she's not classified as an Echo.
And yeah, so she's not an Echo, but she's sort of she's a Falco to, you know, the Fox of, well, she's honestly, the closest you could say is she's Wolf to Villager's Fox, where they are very similar moves, but there are some big differences with how they work, such as the down B, instead of being the planting the tree, it's planting a gyroid. The side B being entirely different, and the fishing rod, which people hate, is very different there. Otherwise, like, her pocket is the same, and her some of her smash attacks are very similar. In general, though, she is quite different. Like, her neutral A being just one hammer hit is very different from the Villager, who can, you know, now do a multi-hit jab combo with his boxing gloves, which are totally still unexplained. And then her smashes are similar, but not the exact same. Like, instead of a bowling ball, you have a party popper. You have instead of the double hitting one at the bottom, you have a bucket. So she's functionally quite similar, but different enough that, yeah, she is a different character.
Fair dues. Just getting to grips with the controls and whatnot for her here. That was a really annoying battle, but not because I had the thing where it, like, stops the controls from being reversed. No, Peach was just spamming that shit.
It's not spamming, it's zoning.
Okay, Tanner, what we got in here? Ooh, nice.
Yeah, those things are quite useful for getting those spirits that you just don't want to fight.
Ghost?
So, yes, Fatal Frame, which, again, I would have never associated with Nintendo, but apparently they bought it?
Classic Nintendo title, yes.
Yeah, classic Nintendo. I love playing it on my PS2.
Yeah. Nope. Nope, go away.
This assist trophy is actually really hard to avoid. The box that it uses is very big and will hit you.
See, I was just looking in the middle of it.
Yeah, no, it does the entire square box of the reticle there. That's just where if they hit you there, it does more. It's like, you know, it's like Pokemon Snap.
Good old Pokemon Snap.
They should have put in a Todd Snap spirit this as someone in the background. Like, it would just make sense.
And I want it to be the Todd Snap from the intro. Polygonal face and all.
Oh yeah, it's the best. It's not the anime version. No. We want the super polygonal N64 version.
Yeah. Look at that Sonic lore back there. Delicious.
Yeah, there's some deep cuts for some of these, some of the things, and you can actually thankfully just read them all in the game tips section.
Beautiful. The enemy is easily distracted by items.
I love that description because it doesn't mean that they, like, use them a lot, it means they will just stop fighting you and go for them. So, you'll definitely want to try and pocket some items from these guys, like gyroids or rockets or anything. Pocketing is quite useful.
Beach Boy! Shasha!
I think you mean, what do they call it in the subtitles?
I think it was Fisherman or Fisher Boy.
Yeah, Fisherman, yeah. It's a little... Man, I was watching that fight on my TV and my dad walked in and he decided to sit down and watch it. And he does not know anything about JoJo and he only asked a question once. And I was like, You're taking this pretty well. And he's like, I've seen what you watch. I've just grown to accept that it's weird.
Wow. Well, at least he's accepting it rather than rejecting you.
Yeah, for sure. But then again, I walked upstairs one time and he was watching, because he just watches whatever's on Netflix, and I'm like hearing Japanese yelling up there, and I look up and he's watching like the live action Bleach movie, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Alright, what we got here? Yeah, might as well buy that.
So Timmy and Tommy here mostly focus on items that are, or spirits that are more like item-based. They're not usually living things, they're more anything that you would normally find at a shop, you know, unlike Anna, who focuses on heroes, or, you know, Beetle, who focuses again on, you know, sort of more one-offy, itemy things.
Oh, Riven Paradise, okay. Confused me for a second, because I didn't recognize these characters.
Yeah, they're the ones from the minigame where they're hitting the badminton on the two planes going by.
Okay.
You remember that one? That one weird one?
No.
Of course, there's so many of them.
No.
There's so many.
I refuse. I gotta get used to, like, the distance of, the fishing rod and whatnot, because I think it's stalling me.
It's definitely less than what you think it is. Also, don't use her up smash. It's never worth it. Her up smash has very low range.
Okay.
Her down smash is just better in every regard. I think it even hits more, like, vertically, too. But yeah, you can use that fishing rod off the stage, which is the big thing, to kind of hook them on the way back up, which can lead to some insane shenanigans with catching them. Then you can also press B to instantly reel it in, and if they are on the way up, they will be caught by it.
Where was that beetle going? Why'd you toss it straight up?
It's still going into space right now. Eventually, the beetle just stops thinking.
Oh. We'll call it Cars Beetle, because I'm very uncreative. Wow. I barely did anything in that. I let the items do the work in that one.
That's alright. That is proper Smash meta.
Yes, it is.
That's for people who are playing Smash correctly, with items on.
Right, who do you think this character up here is, exactly?
I don't even remember. I think it's a character not even related, because, like, we got Villager already, and now we're Isabelle, so there's no character that can really work for an animal. I think it might be one of the Miis, actually.
Possibly. Brother!
Yeah. Rival battle. Now, fight your rival!
Metal Isabelle versus Isabelle.
Don't you hate it when you have to, you know, fight your brother to find a homunculus to join your team?
What are you talking about?
Well, it's because I think it's the Mii over there.
Oh, I see.
We gotta kill our brother.
Gotcha.
It's very anime. Remember that there was an Animal Crossing anime movie. That is one of the strangest pieces of media I have ever watched. It is good, but weird, because it is an Animal Crossing movie.
Yes, I got it, Tanner. I got it.
But, like, it's there's no real conflict. It's just a cute character doing cute things, and it works surprisingly well, but not. It's also for free to watch on YouTube.
Okay. Clone defeated. Yes.
Perhaps.
No. Damn you! This disrespect.
So yeah, one thing you can do is when they're off the stage there, throw the fishing rod, and as they're coming back up, press B to reel it in. You'll hook them and throw them. You can do some shenanigans with it.
Nice. That's my favorite move, because I can't really play Isabelle that well.
She is different, especially if you're used to Villager. It's sort of like, it feels similar, but not what you expect. It's one of those subtle changes.
Okay.
Let's see, who do we got here?
Right, let's have a guess first and foremost. Who do you think it is?
I think it's gonna be Mii Swordsman.
I'm gonna guess. Let me just look at our party here.
Yeah, see who we have and who we don't. Watch us already have the Mii Swordsman.
Nah. Let's see. I'm gonna say Diddy Kong.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Some of these characters, I don't even remember where they are. There's a couple where you see their location, you're like, oh, it makes so much sense, it's awesome.
Alright.
But then there's others you look at and you're like, I don't know.
Ooh, here we go. Oh.
Oh, hey, I was right.
Well, alright then. This one's for you, Shade.
So one cool thing is when you beat the custom Miis in World of Light, you actually unlock the default Mii, like that you see in the character art, as a playable character in the regular game as well.
Nice.
Because normally the only way to get them would be to make a Mii, and then that Mii kind of becomes that, you know, that one that you make. But by beating them here, you get this Mii here without a name.
Nice. That was fairly easy, but again, easy mode.
Do you have the season pass?
Yes, I do.
Did you make a Rex yet?
No, of course I didn't. I've even, like, gone past the bit where we were in Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
But you got the costume though, right? Because that's the bonus for buying that pass.
Fair dues, mate. Alright, I guess we'll be Mii Swordfighter now, then.
How do you like the sword? Yeah, let's go with Swordfighter in general.
I would say he's the most comfortable one for me to use, because I'm used to, like, anime guys and whatnot. Look, it's me! 2!
Oh, hey, there we go.
My hair is much longer and less kempt than that, so... Let's take the bus back.
So, have you had the same Mii since the Wii era, or have you been changing it over time? There's two houses that for Mii representation that I've heard.
Fire Emblem 2 houses. Yeah, it's slightly changed over the years.
I think I made one change to my Mii's hair, but otherwise I kept it the same, because the very first Mii that I made was like, everyone was like, that's pretty much perfect.
This is gonna be a toughie, Tanner.
Yeah, this one I remember being quite difficult. You're gonna definitely want the, if you don't do it this time, put on the ones that stop the reversing of controls, because that's kind of, you can, you know, fix yourself for that, but it's still tough. So we're fighting little Ridley here. Yeah, right? See, the reversible controls really suck.
Change point. I should have listened to Tanner. I should have read, damn it.
The little red demon there that we're fighting, the Ridley, is her little partner from the WarioWare games. And then once you fight him, then you have to actually fight Ashley herself.
Okay.
Not the assist trophy one, because that is an assist trophy you cannot hit, unlike some of them.
I really like Ashley's theme, the English version. We're not gonna lie. No! Why?
It's bad, isn't it? The reverse controls. It hits even when you have the thing off, because you can also get another effect by the Ashley then.
Not sure if want.
There is the another version of Ashley's theme that was in Smash 4 that was actually left out of the American versions. It was another Japanese version. It was like a military version of the theme, but they brought it back for this game for the world. So I'm very happy, because it was kind of weird that they just cut out a song from the Western versions of Smash 4.
I'm just gonna plant my feet and stay where I am.
Hey, that's a decent strategy. Thankfully, this Ashley only appears the one time, and then you got to deal with the mini games.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to use those to your advantage there. Now you're both big.
Who does have time for girly things like that? Her name is Ashley! Obviously I might have practiced with the Mii Swordfighter, but that was a legend, guys.
There's a lot of legend characters who are just, they're only legends not because they're canonically powerful, but because they're huge fan favorites. Japan loves Ashley.
Well, not in Smash Bros, they don't.
To be fair, I think Assist Trophy is her perfect tier in terms of popularity and whatever.
Yeah. I'm not going to switch to Lucas just yet, because I've literally only had like one match with the Mii Swordfighter, and it wasn't very graceful, let's put it that way. Let me look at his move list here. Gale Strike, Airborne, Assault, Stone, Scabbard, Blade Counter, of course. What's a Swordman guy without a counter?
Everyone needs a counter, and in fact, when I played Cloud the first time and he didn't have a counter, I was like, this is so weird.
Yikes. Come on.
I do like the buffs they gave to Lucas in Smash 4 and then here, really differentiating him a bit from Ness, because I remember when he first came out in Brawl, I was like, what's the point? He's just Ness again, right?
Yep.
But as time goes on, you're like, no, they're subtly different. Not just the multi-hit versus single hit, but there's differences there.
Yeah. Oh, What a silly face. No grace at all. Right, now we can go up and to the west.
Or, I mean, we can also go, because it's, you know, where our final destination is up there to the temple area. There's a lot of different ways we can go. There is a side area that's really cool that is entirely optional in the south that maybe will, it depends on if you want to go see it or not, but there's some really cool side areas that are quite referential.
Alright, we'll have a bop about here and a bop about there. A bop about here, there, and everywhere.
Okay, Din or Nairu?
It's gonna have to be Din, mate.
Oh, yeah, that's the right answer, don't worry. I can't think of anyone who... I don't know a single person who would say Nairu.
No one ever chooses Italy. Nah, get away! I'm being bullied by these beautiful women!
Some people like that, though, it's okay.
Wow, I have a really short range on my sword.
Yeah, so that is one thing, is that the Mii Swordfighter, for being a sword fighter, has a kind of stubby sword compared to some other sword characters, which at least it's better than in Smash 4, because they upgraded the proportions on the Miis to be a lot more human-like and less chibi, which is quite useful for making them look, you know, kind of more coherent with the gameplay.
I really like it. Perfect shield reflect. Ooh.
Yeah, so that makes it so, in previous games, if you had a perfect shield a projectile, it would deflect it. That's no longer here in Smash 4, or Smash Ultimate, but now, with this skill, you can.
You ever play Cold Set Mode?
I have not, but I remember reading about the manga version of it at the back of my Tokyo Pop mangas I would buy as a kid. And I remember seeing like, that's Concept. Is it about cards? Because it was just a guy holding a card, and I didn't even know it was a video game until I saw it represented in Smash, and I'm like, oh, I guess it's not just a random manga.
Nope, you weren't going crazy, mate. Come on. Yeah.
I think it's one that was not made by Nintendo, but just published by Nintendo, and that's why they're in here. Because there are a lot of, like, things that are in Smash that are not made by Nintendo, but are only in by virtue of, yeah, Nintendo helped, you know, bring them to a country or something. I mean, that's why we got Rayman as a trophy, was because in Japan, all the Rayman games were published by Nintendo on Nintendo platforms.
Okay.
So, it's just like, yeah, just some of the, like, Hamtaro, the anime mascot character, is in Brawl.
Why isn't Hamtaro in Smash Bros?
Yeah, and then they could put Rick from Kirby as his Echo Fighter.
Hell yeah.
We got Long Ku. Yeah, this guy is, he's one of the more interesting party members from Fire Emblem Awakening there, because he's a character who is utterly terrified of women, which in a game about you can marry and have a baby with any of your party members makes it really funny when you start to hit on him. He hates it. If you're the female, Robin there, he looks at you and he's like, you gross.
Finally, I just about grazed him with the up and B. And I killed him with the up and B. Not meaning to, of course.
So one thing that changed in the recent patch here is that Chrom used to be able to do a thing called a Chromicide, which is where you do the up B and it would, grab onto them. Here he is!
My heart!
But they got rid of that. But yeah, Simon's here, we got it!
Hell yeah. Let's see what we got here.
Honestly, no matter what you do, these battles go pretty easy. There's no gimmicks. It's just you and someone else fighting mano a mano.
That's kind of like how Smash works in general, like you versus someone else.
Well, yeah, but in some of the other Spirit battles, you get like weird gimmicks where it's like there's 100 of them, or this time there's a time limit. It's like this is just a true man's battle.
Yep, I suppose it is. Yeah, there we go. I've actually gone off playing Richter recently. Well, I haven't really played Smash in a few weeks, honestly. I had to recharge my Switch before we started recording. But who am I playing now? Oh, I've gone exclusively Monado Boy, Shulk, trying to get him to that sweet elite Smash level.
Yeah, it's definitely, I was really, really excited to play as the Belmonts, but now that they're in and I played as them, I'm like, yeah, they're good. they're not my kind of cup of tea. I learned that K. Rool totally is, even with him being nerfed a little bit there. I'm like, nah, just something about this big, meaty, 90s CGI crocodile. I love everything about him.
Alright, I did promise to play Lucas now, so...
It's right up there, right above Isabelle, yeah.
Thank you. I was going blind for a second there.
It's okay, it's easy to forget Lucas is in.
Wow.
That's true. He's a character that I honestly think most people kind of just put through the back of their mind.
Ooh, Temple of Light, nice.
So we got the Affinity Angels from Bayonetta,
Hell
and
yeah.
to represent them, you fight a team of rather weak pits, which I think works pretty good.
Don't you just mean a team of pits?
How dare you?
Well, I mean...
He's trying his best.
He can't fucking fly with our aid. He needs, like, water wings for the sky.
He also can't read and eats ice cream off the floor. That doesn't mean we love him less.
True, I guess. He's what the Tumblr people call a sweet baby.
I love Lucas's up smash.
Yes.
But if you get on one of the super armor skills, you can basically just spam that and win.
Yeah. That's actually, ooh, Windman. Perfect place for him.
Yeah, definitely, because, you know, the temple here kind of looks like his level. You'll definitely want to put on something for the wind here, because, boy, that wind can be really bad.
Well, good job I got Latios and Latias for that.
Out of all of the sort of status things they can do on the stage, the wind is the most deadly, because when it's strong wind, you actually can't survive no matter what if you don't have wind immunity. Like poison or any of those other ones, yeah, you can get around it, but if there's strong wind, nah man, you're done.
Oh, he's done. Well, he was done. I mistimed my thing. Come on, Tom, this is embarrassing.
Was this was the guy in Mega Man 6, right? I always confuse him with Cloud Man.
It probably is, mate. I'm a huge fan of Mega Man 6, actually. It might be my favorite classic game.
Yeah, I like Mega Man 6 a lot, because it really represents... Number one, it's a tournament arc, and your boy loves tournament arcs.
Hell yeah.
But it also just has a lot of, like, really interesting robot masters. They went for the world angle, where it's like everyone represents one. We got a Canadian robot master. He's skiing, and you're like, yeah, that's pretty good.
Wait, wasn't that... No, that was Blizzard Man, I think.
Yeah, that was, or Blizzard... I don't know. There's so many, like, you can only do the elemental ones so many times where you're like, I don't know which ones. Like, Flame Man, Fire Man, Heat Man, Torch Man... What else is there? There's so many.
Is there an Ember Man? That'd be pretty cool to use.
That sounds familiar, but at the same time, it might have been one of the Battle Network ones.
Fair dues. Yeah. You're not the only one who can use offensive moves, motherfucker.
Do you like the Three Musketeers from Gen 5?
Not really, I'm gonna be honest.
I like them, if only for the fact that they are very uniquely designed, because I really didn't like the Pixies from Gen 4. I thought they were way too coherent, like they look the same with small differences. I like them for at least looking quite different in this form.
Fair dues, mate, fair dues. Do I have a path? No, that's a dead end, actually. Heracles. Well, time to switch the party, I believe. Lucas has had his time in the sun. It's time to go with Mr. Belmont.